Hi there mga folks, mga sis, mga mommy. Welcome to the second part of my video. Let's dive in.
Live within Makati, and helpful tip lang din to. I recommend that you have your swab test done by Makati Med. This is no way sponsored by them and all the brands that will be mentioned here. So it was convenient for me to block a schedule kasi my own COVID hotline na sila. So which is 77335. Yan, you may contact them. Plus, their website is user-friendly. As in, hindi nakakabobo yung instructions nila. So, it's a one-stop shop na lang. And then, another reminder is another step. If you've secured the schedule, they'll send you a confirmation slip via text message. So, this states your date and time and usually location of the swab test with the patient screening form.
Pag di mo na-access yung patient screening form link, huwag magpanik sis. Huwag mo kong gayahin. Huwag mo kong tularan nagpapanik. Ako yung nagpapanik eh. You can go to their website and check their online screening form, which is already seen in their homepage.
Just make sure to answer this patient screening form at least 24 hours before your swab test date. Ito ay for those who have an HMO provider. So first off, it's important to check with your HMO provider if covered ang swab test. If not, the test costs at around 8,150. Shooked, ma'am. After this has been verified and say covered ang swab test, the HMO agent would recommend for you to undergo a teleconsultation first with a certified doctor. Yup. And in my case, MaxiCare, they provided the info and contact details of the doctor that is best suited with my schedule. Bongga. LOA for the teleconsult. So once this has been secured, rak na sa pagtawag sa doktor. Take note na yung usual validity ng LOA is within 3 days. So make sure na natawagan mo na si doc within the given 3 days, and they usually give the email and contact number of the doctor. Ito lang naman ay friendly reminder ha, no? Make kulit wisely kay doc, wisely. Kasi kapag baka masyadong nakulitan naman si doc sa'yo, baka hindi na yung sagutin yung tawag mo or even respond to your email. So,
And that, ladies and gents, is a minute or two of me overthinking kung paano ko i-approach ang doktor. Ano ba yan? Sige, overthink pa.
teleconsult, make sure that you share lahat ng details with the doctor in this phase. So, i.e., symptoms, diba? If you're experiencing sore throat, coughing, or were you even exposed with other COVID-positive patients or PUI or PUM, diba? So, ilang days ka na nagka-quarantine, and make sure to mention that you are requesting for a swab test without the doctor's reco for swab test and diagnosis, which is usually emailed by the doctor. So, yung itsura niya is parang reseta ng doktor, but they email you. You can't proceed to the next step, which is LOA for swab test. Okay. So, tawag ulit sa HMO, in my case, MaxiCare, for the swab test request. And make sure that you email the doctor's recommendation and diagnosis to your HMO as a proof of doctor.
Hi there! Just a bit of a recap of the steps. So we're done with step 1, which is reserving your swab test schedule. Step 2, securing of LOA, which involves LOA for teleconsult, the teleconsult, then LOA for swab test. And then make sure to print 2 copies of your LOA. Okay, enter me.
Step 3, preparing for swab test. Let's divide this into 2 parts. Part 1, if your swab test schedule still allows you to have time to prepare for a few days or 2 weeks, then just stick to the good old basics, eat healthy, eat healthy meals, rather vitamin C, D, and E. Drink your water. Alam mo yung kasunod ba? Stretch or workout kahit at least 2 to 3 times a week. At saka maligo pa rin kahit na work from home na tayo ng 5 buwan. Have at least 7 hours of sleep kahit na kating-kati ka na mag-binge watch ng fave series mo or stuck sa YouTube black hole. Basta be as healthy as you can. Part 2. These are the things that you need to bring or prepare with you so you could prepare this the night before your test. The following are 2 printed copies of LOA for swab test, patient screening form, or they usually accept this print or an electronic copy, valid ID. So if eto, helpful tip, pag wala ka ng valid ID like me and you've lost any chance to secure one, tas may passport ka, you could just bring the passport regardless kung expired yung passport mo or hindi, because they just need that to verify some of your personal info. PhilHealth ID number. PhilHealth ID number. Okay, own pen, face mask, face shield, yes, and some noise. Face mask, face shield, alcohol, of course. Gloves, optional. So, and of course, lastly, be in your most comfortable and safe clothes. So if you feel like you're more secured in wearing a PPE, then feel free to do so. Bakit ba? Charger ba sila? Okay lang yun. So, be there at least 20 minutes before your scheduled time. So this would allow you to anticipate any changes should there be any, and at least hindi ka gahol sa oras. And in my case, my swab test was done along the La Rosa driveway, and a doctor would usually approach you to ask for your LOA and the patient screening form. After that, you'll have your temperature checked, and then send the patient screening form to an email for them to verify. So, makita mo doon kung saan email. Sorry, I can't disclose it here yet, but you'll discover it yourself. And then, you'll be asked to fill out a form again. Basically, parang detailed screening form lang din siya. And this time, you'll have to write down the name and contact numbers of the people you are living with in the past few months, or say in the lockdown, and with a more detailed checklist of symptoms along with your PhilHealth ID number. So after this, hand in the form along with your valid ID and wait for your name to be called for the actual swab test. The actual swab test takes at least 2 to 5 minutes. So I suggest you spray an alcohol around the test booth area before and after your turn. First, they go for the mouth area, then proceed with the nasal. Medyo mahaba yung ilalagay nila sa ilong, pero kaya naman, mararamdaman mo lang. Siya sa una lang naman. It helps when you close your eyes. Kasi sis, nasushook yung ilong mo, nashook yung ilong ko. Then, the medtech would let you verify your full name and birthday. Wait for your OR to be given by the same doctor who had approached you earlier. Then, tapos na. Exit agad. Itendan tayo dito, guys. Step 5. Waiting for your test results. The TAT for this really depends on your testing centers, but it usually takes from 48 to 72 hours.
This is where the real game happens, when the test has been conducted. You know, because you've had to wait for your test results to come. And I'm not really good at waiting. So, overthink pa more. Sige.
sa Makati Med, you have two options to check your online test results. It's either you check it proactively or reactively. And proactively, you could go to their website, and as what I've said, sobrang convenient and user-friendly na website nila. You just have to, on their homepage, look for the online test result form, and then you have to type in your patient ID and your episode number, which are both seen in your OR given by the hospital. Reactive, you just have to wait for an email from them. May send sa'yo na, hey, Zap, negative ka. Hey, Zap, positive. Ang haba ng date na. Thank God I turned out to be negative.
Ano daw? Chill ka, girl. Believe me, that was not my reaction when I learned that I tested negative for COVID. Here's a montage of how it went. Well, at least pagsasadula. Negative ako.
Sobrang nagpakalma sa akin and nagpapakalma pa rin sa akin is his promise that he is with me no matter what. And he will always fight for me no matter what happens. He is for me. And if there's one thing that's clear here, at least for me, it's that strength is for service and not for status. So, I hope that my little strength has somewhat served its purpose to be of service for those who need it. So, sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin and to all the nations out there and to all the people who are all fighting and surviving and thriving, keep the faith, man. Keep safe. Tsaka bababa na akong init na pala dito. Bye-bye.